All right, last round of the tournament. We're getting Van Sal. Van Sal not fucking around, playing like top tier tournament decks. This is NBN controlling the message. There's a lot of different reasons. Exactly who I didn't want to play against. The feeling is mutual. Best of luck, have fun. So I don't know what kind of CTM deck is. I've been playing a whole lot of CTM in the last couple of months. I've stopped for a while, but I don't know what's good in an opening hand. I think Citadel helps a fair bit as long as you can keep your money up. We have Link, which is pretty good. It kind of gives you a credit per trash run, which is good. Pad Tap can be really good on their opening if you lead up Pad Campaign. I don't think you want to leave up a Bankers. This is not bad. Bravado's not particularly good. Gamble would have been good. I think we can keep this. We got to figure out what CTM this is. This is a Boom CTM, a Fast Advance CTM, a Data Raven, Kitty CTM. There's a lot of options, and we'll see. Mason has played a lot of competitive Netrunner. It's been a while since he's played. I think he played in the last tournament, the Store Championship, but that's the last tournament he's played in a long time. He's been pretty busy. So install. Big thing we want to do is not get hit by an early copy of what's it called? Mombed Virtual Tour. They mulligan. That's good for us. So we can get down an Amakua early, which is good. We have to deal with IP block. Getting down an early Citadel is also really good. I think we're going to go ahead and draw 2 first, see how this goes. Gain 3. We do have this diversion, which can be good, but they can always res stuff to duck it. Here, what's bad? I don't know what's too bad. I think we might just want to get these 2 down, and then next turn we can deuces. So we'll get down the Pad Tap, we'll get down the Citadel, and from here we can start checking stuff even. If we trash, we can get rid of the Trace probably clicklessly. Actually, they have some money. We probably want a bit more money. We'll deuces. Oh, that's good. They don't have currents. It might be hard for them to score. So next turn we can do Corporate Grant. Immediately Corporate Grant to Class Act is a bit rough. Ooh, Rashida's good. That's really good for them. That's a burst econ. That's like one card we probably wanted to trash. We want to keep our money up just so that we can remove the tags through Citadel. Immediately, if they're on Quantum Predictive Model, the fact that we're going to keep a tag for a whole turn and remove it with Citadel can be hard. If you're not familiar, this is controlling the message. It's won Worlds a couple times. It's a good one. 12 influence. First time you trash an installed card. Trace 4. That's a Maryland campaign in server 3. If we get an Amakua down, we get counters for that sort of information. I don't know if we want to install the Class Act here. Hopefully we draw into something cheap that's also playable. And if they res the Maryland, we're going to get more Pad Tap money as well, which is probably fine. Probably fine. Sorry, I was confused by DBS before mandatory. Oh, it's all good. So it looks like they installed before they got their mandatory draw. I don't think that changes much. All right, so unknown into server 4. The daily business shows are very tricky. They did trash our Pad Tap, which is good for us. So we want to make sure there's no Rashidas on the table. We do have the credit lead, so we can check one of these things though as soon as it is. Virtual Tour, we're in a bad spot. So I think we're going to put that on Amakua and start just checking things. We could Bravado HQ, which is like fine. They could res an IP block, which is fine. I think we actually might do that. It's probably the most value we get off this card. We probably should have installed Turtle first. Oh no, then the IP block is bad. I don't think they can res anything on 2 besides IP block. Oh, wrap. That's fine. End the run. It's hard. No. That's fine. So we still get some money. We don't get all the money. They also have no money, so we can start trashing their stuff. This is actually really good. It might be better against Amakua. We do have a Corroder in the deck. Unfortunately, now if we check things and it's a Mombed Virtual Tour, it's a bit worse for us. We're going to need a lot of tokens on Amakua to get through that. So we could just play Corporate Grant into Class Act. Oh, fuck. If we could have done that, we could have got in. Corporate Grant into Class Act is fine. We're basically hoping there's no Rashid on the table, and it has to be specifically this card. I think we can check it. We're just hoping it's not MVT. We know this is Maryland. Yeah, Bravado. Don't care. It's a CSR campaign. Ooh, okay. That's an interesting include. So playing the Corporate Grant into the Class Act doesn't do much here. So I think we're just going to do credit into Class Act. And we just want to keep our econ going. So I don't think we need a second Class Act. We can do Boomerang into Diversion. We know they have 4 credits worth of Resibles. So that's not amazing, but I don't think we need the second Class Act. All right, drawn to a Corroder would be good. And also just slam the top of R&D. I feel like we're now technically in control because they have to click for 3 this turn. And then the Corporate Grant will be good. They also can't protect to defend this. We know it's a pad campaign. We don't have a pad tap just yet. So they either res the Maryland or the campaign. So I think we're just going to get set up with Turtle. We'll do Gamble, Turtle. Oh, hold on. Imagine I wasn't stupid. We can wait for an action so they can pre-res. Because now we can play after. Sorry, I mean now. So now in theory they could res a thing so they don't lose a credit when we install something. So they're going to go ahead and res, I imagine, the Maryland, but then we can go trash the Maryland. So this is actually pretty awkward for them. They can res the pad campaign, which we can trash in a couple turns. And here we're just going to get our Amakuit down. This again is a liability. We could steal Bologna here. Wouldn't be great, but we could. It's a Beal. Ooh, okay. Looks like it might be a faster deck. Might actually have that advanceable upgrade I never know the name of. Team sponsorships, all that sort of stuff. All right, new remote. We're going to have to zoom out. We want to keep them down a credit a turn with corporate grant. It's a daily business show. That's an unknown card. We want to go check that. They iced this up. They probably can't afford that. We want to get our value draw here. Diversion or dirty laundry? I think we want the dirty laundry. I think we can divert dirty laundry number 7. Trashing the DBS would also be pretty big at this point. I think keeping their money down might be even more important. And this can only be a vanilla and that we can trash. I think we actually can dirty laundry R&D. Oh, we'll bravado it. This doesn't care. I don't think there's anything they can res for 1. Psychographics, okay, well, they are going to have some tag punishment. This could be a Rashida. In fact, we probably did that in the wrong order. I mean, an MVT. I think we're going to have to go check what this is. This we know. We know it's another daily business show. So I think we're going to go trash this, and we're going to go check out what this is. We didn't install anything this turn, did we? Goddamn shame. We'll get some more money, keep our credit lead ahead. This Citadel is going to go far. It's a Jeeves. They can res that next turn. If they res it, we'll trash it. I'd rather they spend the money on it than us. And we'll go ahead and just trash DBS. And once we get this up to 7, and we'll trash this and we'll remove the tag clicklessly with Citadel. We'll keep that down. NBN can give us a tag. And we'll just remove it clicklessly at the end of turn with Citadel Sanctuary. Here they can't res anything. They're only going to have 1 credit. You can't use the credits from the pad campaign to res things at the start of turn. Well, you could. It just wouldn't be res during start of turn, so you wouldn't get their value. And unfortunately, we didn't get our corporate grant down. Now with 2 credits, they can afford to res this. There's the Jeeves. So 3 clicks, and we can give them an extra action. We know this is DBS, CSR, Maryland. We want to trash this Jeeves likely. Let's draw into hopefully more money. We've been really good at drawing into money. Talk about drawing into money. I really want to install something this turn to keep their credits down. Unfortunately, we're not doing a good job of that. So we could do draw, run. Oh, that's good. Do we need to trash Jeeves this turn? No. I'd rather do this to make them lose a credit. We could trash Jeeves. We'd be down at 4 credits. They couldn't boost. It seems fine. This is 5 to trash, right? Yeah. And now I think they res their Maryland, right? Unless they keep their Maryland to dodge Siphon, which I don't think you do. So end of turn, trace. They theory could boost this. It just makes us waste money though. Actually, no, we have more than them, right? Yeah. And next turn, we basically want to do rogue trading, draw, interact with their board once a turn. Just trash everything. If they have no assets, they can't do much. We'll almost definitely trash that Maryland. Unfortunately, we're not installing once a turn. And once they have too much money, we can always just like do boomerang into Siphon. We want to just keep advancing our board state. And we do have, what's it called? A Stargate to end the game. As much as possible, we're going to try and not just win like off of central axis. We're going to try and control the board. New card, they prevented it from being exposed. So if we check that now, it's good for us. I think we're going to run it. They prevented it. So we're not going to get money first, so we don't have to trash MVT. So Rashida will trash that. You know what? This click we actually boost into. If I'm not mistaken. I'm thinking. So here... So if we pay 3 to this, we can hit this for 6. Could they hard hitting use us? No. And then we can gamble. I guess the Maryland's going to live 1 more turn. That seemed like it was inefficient. But at least lets us do that. So they can't hard hitting use us. We know they have psychographics in hand. We're going to want to trash these, but at this point we actually can just boomerang Siphon them, which will be a 6 credit loss for them because of the corporate grant into anything else. They can dodge some of that stuff, but not too much. And the DBS res and the CSR res. So still they'll be on 4. So maybe we don't Siphon them just right now. And this is an interesting card. They may draw an additional card. So this helps them spam out. And it looks like they're on fast defense if they have Jeeves. Do they protect these? The turtle only gets bigger. We just make sure how many. That's another pad campaign. That's fine. So that's something they can duck. Unknown. And basic action. Okay. To gain credit. Okay. So we can still check a lot of this stuff. This still represents 4 credits. I think we want to check these first. We haven't seen an MVT just yet, and it would be kind of bad, but then we just do this. We just need to check this one. It's a Maryland. No, they can res that. We'll get a turtle counter. So we'll trash this Maryland. It'll shuffle their deck. We'll trash this Maryland, or we can just rogue trading. No, I think we need to stop them from getting 4 credits. I wonder if it's trashing the CSRs right this turn. We probably do. Probably trash the CSR and then click for credit. We're just gonna hold down on the board. Sorry that all the cards are so slow, so small. We have to zoom out a fair bit. Thinking. All right, they can boost into this. If they boost into this heavily, we can't rogue trading the end of our turn, and we just have to basically respect hard hitting news. Hard hitting news, we only have to clear 3 tags a lot of times because then Citadel will clear the 4th one. We haven't seen Boom, we've only seen Psychographics, and we have 1 Beal, and they don't really have big Psycho money. So we'll see. Citadel's really annoying, bud. It's my church, my dude. 419 joined the game. Yo, as a spectator, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. More. Just in time. Let's see if they boost into this. Yeah, I think if we open with Citadel and 1 econ card, we're good enough. Okay, trace 4. So what can we do here? We can just take this tag. If we take the tag, we can't do anything else. Then we can trash like what? CSR? Or that would put us on 5 and we click for credit where it's 6. I think that's good enough. Removing the tag clicklessly is like so much economy. They shuffled it back into their deck as they usually do. It fucks up with the DBS, so there's some reasons not to do it. And we also know that this is a Maryland. And what is this? Wait. Is it 2 Marylands? Oh, pad campaign into Maryland. Okay. So eventually we can trash all their money. I don't know. I've never actually played against this card. I don't know if you have to trash it. It seems like it would be a problem for us just because they can spam a bit better. We'll click for credit so they can't dump into the tag. Next turn we'll have to rogue trading. And let's see if they res. If they don't res, like keeping those cards on the table means that we can't boomerang into siphon them next turn, which means that we couldn't rogue trading anyways. But I think we need to do that. And if we do that, they'll res all this stuff for 3 and they'll duck it. Man, rogue trading is absurd. It just does so much. Like, what a hate card. Against meat damage lit on all the tags. Stacking them pads, getting that Maryland up. I guess Maryland's our target this turn. We definitely want to trash some Maryland. It's 6 credits. Those pad campaigns will take a while to give 6 credits. First action draw, that's good. More likely that they can flood up. And now there's nothing they can do to duck to siphon unless they install. Yeah, we'll expose that. That's good. They're icing that up. They're gonna have to purge at some point. It's a tour guide. Guess we're gonna have to trash everything. All right, so I also forgot that we have the corporate grant. So I think we're gonna do boomerang into diversion into trash a pad. Or actually they can't res a tour guide, so we'll trash this. Oh, this should be good. This will be fun. We need to draw more though. We're not drawing. Anacam in our deck will help us once we get it set up. So we'll get through this. This will shuffle our deck too, which is interesting. We haven't done that much filtering with the Class Act. We'll take, I don't know, all their money. And now we can run this, trash it. They can't res the tour guide. It makes the tour guide worse. Next turn, they'll get 2 credits, so we need to trash those as well. And this lets us use the Citadel once a turn, which we want to basically do every turn. Clicklessly removing a tag, let alone for free. Kind of absurd in this matchup. Do they shuffle? Fucks up their DBS a bit, but they already did unfuck it a while ago. Or fuck it. Excuse the vulgarity. And this is on 6, so eventually we can go for singles. It's only going to cost us 1. They're up on 2, so it seems like next turn we could do Citadel, trash one of those, but then we'll take 2 tags. We might boost into the trace. I don't know. Seems bad. I think we can just trash one of those and not do this. We probably just draw. Hopefully for laundry, I think we played 2 gambles, 1 laundry, 2 bravado. We played a lot of our econ. Yeah, wow, that's a lot of econ. We also have falsifieds, which if they play cards on the table and don't expose them. They really want to square out this. They prevent it from being exposed. Wow. Fine, whatever. I'll just deal with your money. We'll draw once. Rogue trading or diversion. Honestly, probably the diversion. So we could run divert. It's not particularly that compelling. I think we want to just rogue trading run. I think trashing these are really important. But then we have to dodge the tag. Huh. Interesting. That's awkward. Nah, if they get these money, we'll be fine. We'll draw again and just rogue trading. Oh, there's the Anakim. That's fantastic. We can install the Anakim and do diversion. I guess we're gonna have to bump the Amakua once. Maybe they'll give us an expose. They need a purge at some point as well. Man, I love rogue trading. Fun card. At least for the runner. Card in server 10, they could score out here. If they score like a Beal, an ARES would be the worst. Oh, it's a team sponsorship. Are they scoring at 15 minutes out from hand? Oh, this looks like it's going to give us an Amakua counter. There's no way that they're preventing the expose on this thing. It's a 15 minutes, so that's the best thing. It's going to clear the current. We need to get another one stat. It's going to let them reinstall something with the team sponsorship. Icing up the team sponsorship isn't amazing. It's just a Jeeves. So I think we're just going to have to destroy their stuff this turn. We're just going to have to destroy their stuff. We can run for a single as well. So we know this is a Jeeves. We want to trash their money. So I think we're going to run R&D for a single and then trash probably both of these. That's 8. Put us on 3. Yeah, maybe this isn't right. That's fine. If it's an IP block, it gets a bit more awkward. That's the second Beal. Good. Psycho gets a bit worse. We don't know if they're on real 3-pointers. They could be on food. We haven't seen a restricted card. So we'll just wipe all their money. I'm not scared of harding news when they're on 2 credits. So trash one, we'll trash the other, and then we can recover with rogue trading. And we don't have to boost this. Man, the way that it like it redivides the servers confused me for a second there. Oh, we still have a click left. We could go for another axis. In theory, IP block would be ruinous. We would actually float a tag, which would be a problem. So we can either draw or click for a credit. I think we can just click for a credit. Next turn we can do Anakim into diversion. We definitely need a rogue trading. And mind you, we bottomed our second one, so I don't think they have money. How many pad tabs? We've gone through 2 Rashidas, 2 campaigns. They have Maryland's, 3 in the deck still. And this we don't have to trash unless we trash anything else. They can res the Jeeves, click 3. We want to trash the DBS soon. So next turn I think we almost definitely just go for a single and then like rogue trading. This is going okay. And we don't have to deal with this team sponsorship if we deal with the board. Pad tabs would be not amazing right now, but they'd be okay. We also know that this is duckable. They can duck the siphon. They have resable stuff on the table. So Rashida, need to trash that. And hardly any news. Oh, interesting. So we pay 3. They hardly use us for value. So Rashida's on the table. So we can just run it. Click for 3. I think that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. We could even click 2 and draw a card, which is good because we have value with Class Act. I would take the dirty laundry for sure. All right, cool. All right, third Rashida down. Feeling okay. Their money has dried up a wee bit. 3 Rashidas down, so there's nothing on the table that if we don't run, it's really bad for us. It's very unlikely that they could hard-hitting news us here. I think, like sometimes that one Wayland card sneaks in, that one that lets you trash all your cards to get money from him, but I'm pretty sure it's terminal. Maybe not actually. We're weak to that, but I don't think there's any way that they'll trace us. Expose, yes. We still haven't seen MVTs or any of their fast advance cards. It's a Maryland. Okay, so it's a Maryland. All right. I don't want a dirty laundry R&D if there is an IP block. Well, we can't even break it. So, well, we definitely just take this. And now we get the Anakim down so we can get our filter draw going. I think we go HQ for a single here. It feels good when you use a Amakua to break a wraparound. They've been DBSing a lot, but they've been drawing in between. Okay, so harding news, obviously annoying. Pat tab's good. We'll fire off this Maryland if we leave it. I really don't see that happening. But we're getting our card draw when we played events. And if they res this Maryland, right now they have 4 credits worth of ducking, with, well, now only 2. So I don't know, if they click for 3, like we just doof them, but they res the Jeeves, so they're gonna maybe click for, if they click for 4, we doof them. They could have done a value purge here too. They want to install every turn. Hopefully we draw it. It's another Maryland. Okay. So we trash this Maryland for sure. We just have to play around hard-hitting news. Let's get value. Bagalter or Boomerang. Probably don't need that. So we can run that, trash that for 3, be on 4 credits, just click for credits. It's probably good enough. We can also play the pad tap. So if they do res this, at least we get money as well. This is a bit of a grind. They could click 3 hard-hitting news. It actually might be an issue. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's worse for them though, because their money's not there. I think that's acceptable if they do that. If they click 3 with Jeeves and then hard-hitting news, I think that's fine. We want another rogue trading for sure. So I don't think they res this. They might actually try and dump the book on us. But I think we can still clear the tags out. All right, let's see what they do. Looks like it's credit. There's a big credit difference. They actually could land something mean on us. I just think we're going to clear the tags anyways. And there you go, hard-hitting news. They can do trace 7, which is going to go through. So we can do credit, clear 3 tags, which is fine. I think they can't res anything here, so this seems okay for us. We can credit and remove 3 tags, and then perfectly class act, or sorry, Citadel removes the last one. Fortunately, we don't have any more money. Oh, yes. Sorry, one second, I'm answering Rule's question. Just clicking for credits. We know that's a Maryland. Pat tap's on the table. We're probably going to have to click for credits too. Deuce's Wild makes that a bit easier. We don't really need the Boomerang. We can divert next turn. They might just purge next turn with Jeeves, but at least we have the Boomerang for that. So we can do credit. And I think we actually want to use this just so we get the Anakim value. So we'll draw 2 cards first. Then we'll gain 3. Oh, those are pretty bad draws. The Stargate, though, isn't. Anakim's worse since we can always install another class act. All right, so they res the Maryland, so it looks like we're going to get money for Pat Tap. So now let's say dump something on the board, and we have to remember this is a tour guide, which has 4 subs, which we can always deal with Amaku if we have enough money. It is a 0 strength. So let's see if they protect this. We're looking for a diversion. It's a Mamba Temple. That's a restricted card. Makes a lot of sense. It's unknown, and another unknown card. So a fair chance that some of these are agendas. We have fewer than 4 credits, so we can access pretty safely. They have exactly 5. We know it's a Mamba. So they can res and probably duck the Siphon, which we don't want to happen. So exactly at 4, can we run into stuff? Probably. The chance of them having a third hard-hitting news is kind of low. We can also just go Stargate and go in. I think we want to run the Mamba. Their economy is the bad thing. Actually, trashing this is fine. We have Pat Tap. Running the Mamba is the bad thing, but I think stealing the agenda, the AREs, would be good. Let's see how this is. I don't think there's much that we have to run though. These are probably like Marylands. Maybe there is an agenda on the table. Specifically an AR enhanced security. We'll check 18. Oh, hold on. I don't know if my face is blocking things anymore. I had to lower it. Okay. 18? They're thinking. There probably is some play where they can res this and save it. It's a remastered edition. Whoa, what's 17 then? We're on game point. Stargate could win. Hey, good game. Oh, they just dumped everything, and it made sense. Like, what? I don't know what else they put on the table besides Maryland's. The wraparound res killed me. Oh, I don't remember. Why is that? I don't even remember why the wrap killed them. Apparently, the resing the wraparound was such an issue. Oh, because of the bezel. You thought right. You thought it would work on the Bravado. Yeah, again, Vincent hasn't played with a lot of the new cards, so he's seeing a lot of these for the first time. Brought me down to 0 and prevented me to res my econ cards for 2 turns. Yeah. Bravado's totally nuts. And again, we didn't go in for singles. Like, if we just control the board, control their money, there's not much they can do. They've played most of their punishment cards. All the Rashidas are out. A lot of their drip is down. So they have to build a remote, honestly, and that can be pretty difficult. All right, final game. So far, we are 5-0. Haven't lost a game yet. If we can go undefeated, probably we'll take the tournament. Maybe someone else is undefeated. I imagine Vincent is also 4-0. We're playing against Hoshiko, which is interesting. Because they get card draw, it's a bit harder to kill. Also, Vincent has been spectating our lobbies after games and knows what we're up to and knows a bit of our ice. This opening hand's like not amazing. Border control is fine for the remote. We have economy though, which is good. I think actually we could consider keeping this. I think we will. R&D is going to be open, which is going to be a problem, but because Hoshiko wants to get her accesses. Yeah, we could also just jam, go ahead and like go to Jam Town. with the Hoshiko. Hopefully we draw to ice. I think it's kind of rough. I think maybe we do border control HQ into hedge fund into IPO. It's not the best. Pretty bad against turning wheel. I don't expect there to be any strong run events. Maybe this is a spicy list that does run wanton, so this is okay on HQ. Yeah, we'll just take money. We also do, to some extent, look like a punitive list. And we have to play around I've Had Worse pretty heavily in this matchup. That's actually a pretty big tech card that Anarchs have. Sorry, there's a rules question. I just got to jump onto it. All right, we're back. Earthrise Hotel, good draw. Deuce is Wild, that's some influence. Might suggest that they're on Amakua, not necessary. And I think we just want to jam their sheet out to get the card draw going. We haven't seen Paperclip as a restricted. They might be on Crowder. They might be on something totally wild. I think we actually can draw once here. Otherwise, we're just going to clicking for a credit for the rest of our turn, which isn't particularly compelling. Nice, Archive Memories. Not great, but it's a good card in the deck. All right, we're off. We could play around Hacktivist by just pre-resing this. I think we will. Yeah, I'll just res it. Yeah, this plays around Hacktivist. I don't want to res this into a Hacktivist because then we got to trash. The SSL would be bad. I guess I could always Archive Memories it, but they might be less likely to run this. Maybe more likely. Both kind of are fine. Maybe they think it's a Komainu and they're scared, or a Cortex Lock and very scared. Komainu would be better now. Drawing in, they kind of know what they need. I wonder if they're on Imp or anything to deal with our agendas. Gamble, DDoS. This is an Apocalypse deck. The tables, oh man, ooh, I see what's happening. So DDoS almost definitely means an Apocalypse deck, which I think is hot right now. We do have like damage. Like Kakugos are good, but we need to like double ice it. I guess border control is good. We just have to get this Kakugo outside the border control, which isn't like a great play, but it's possible. You know it, brother. So I think we want to do that. It'll shut down the Apocalypse for a minute. We also want to have a Breach Dome or Snares in R&D or Archive, so it's a bit harder to land the Apocalypse. Breach Dome is meat damage, so we can't pick it, but if we do 1 net damage during the run, because we're Chronos Protocol, we can like just yank the Apocalypse out of hand. And that would make sense why they're drawing so aggressively. So we'll put this on HQ. It's not particularly good out there, but that means that the border control will have to fire. I think we can just jam this, and hopefully this eats a DDoS. We don't need the money. Earthrise is drawing through their deck. Again, Hoshiko hasn't fired just yet, but they're really worried because if they do access a snare or any other trap that possibly could be in the deck that does net damage, we can just take a card particularly out of their hand and remove it from, from their hand. And then the Apocalypse is going to be kind of hard. So we just want all the snares on top of R&D. We also do have Hokusai Grid, which can help a fair bit. We have 3 of those in the deck. Those are going to be tight. We might just want to put everything on HQ. Maybe they remirth into Omar or something nutty. All right, Black Orchestra, Culture, Paperclip is a restricted card, so not on Film Critic, but they have access to all their breakers. If they install the daily cast, it looks like they don't want to pop off too soon. Oh man, we could have jammed there. This is obviously an NGO front because they do have the DDoS threat. Let's get another ice. That's good enough. We basically want to give them this SSL, so complete image is online, and then we can just like always like Archive Memories, complete image, Archive Memories, complete image, and hopefully drag them down. So we're going to pop this and jam through the SSL after that. They have all their breakers though, so they might be interested in running here. The big question is if it's an Obakata, they can't steal it because the Obakata will take out the net damage. They're going for a single here. They might Apocalypse, or try to at least. Rashida down, cool. There's no net damage. Oh, they're going for singles. Please snare. Everyday snare. Another daily cast. Is this an Apocalypse deck? We've seen no influence. I think it definitely has to be. They know the top card of deck. Throw in an amped up. 100% Apocalypse deck. They got the Hoshiko value. Slot machine on the remote. Doesn't matter too much. Oh, we'll put this on server 1. Then we can't jam. Oh, that's hard. Is this good enough? Yeah, I think this is good enough. Especially because if they hit the Kakugo, like if they do run the remote and they don't go for the Apocalypse, the Kakugo will hit their Apocalypse if they don't have multiple in the hand. We have 33 minutes left in the round. We should be good. Running R&D, going for single, please hit snare. 3 in the deck, no snare. Are they gonna pop off this turn or they just want to keep Hoshiko online? Scoring the SSL is good. Our money doesn't matter too much. There's probably gonna be not a lot of ice we're resing. There's a good reason to keep an ice in hand that we don't install it. Just so that they do get off the Apocalypse, it doesn't ruin us. Like we have some way to like just ice up archives or R&D, sorry, so we don't get Stargated to death. This doesn't particularly do too much. Career fair out, what, Earthrise? Oh, they're throwing things down. They have an Adori as well. All right, well, we'll just score this. Getting towards game point is also good because then you win the game. NGO front not necessary when we have 9 credits offloaded on this. We just need to make sure we have snare money at all time. Hopefully also enough credits to do future perfect, but we're pretty far into that. We also need to make sure we have 4 credits at all times for border control. Drawing into our breach dome and throwing into archives, like we don't pick the damage, but it'll be Hugh. Wanton, okay. I'm gonna wait a second for the DDoS res. I feel like I waited long enough. I have really good memories playing against Vincent, playing as a DDoS Leela back in the day. Now if Vincent goes through this, if Vic goes through this, the Kakugo, we can do damage with it. We can hit the Apocalypse. We can do so much value with this. And then once this is on the innermost, we can put the slot machine in front of it so it doesn't get... I guess now DDoS isn't a thing. Fire all. Okay, so they're just going to bounce off of that. It's pretty good. So we have to watch out for 3 of those. Stargate. Okay. It's cool. Sisenton, Gene Splicer, slot machine. I think the Sisenton will get trashed. We can jam the Splicer. It's on top of the deck. They can also run back and trash it. Or Thrize off the top. Game 3 from SSL. Yeah, thank you. Okay, they're on 7. They'll be on 8, 9, 10, 11 next turn. We can do install advance SSL endorsement. We can always just like archive memories is fine. We archive memories back to Sison's down. They break that for 6, let alone they have to install their program. It's not bad. I'm worried about Hippo on this. I think we want to just put this on R&D so it's a bit more difficult, but then we're not jamming the agenda. I think that we have to push out this Gene Splicer. This card's pretty expensive. At least if they hit it, it's net damage, which is good. And they don't know the next card on the deck, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, wait, no, they do, right? What was it? There's a slot machine on the deck. The slot machine is good. We're prepped for this. This is a good reason to play this deck, as we have notepad.exe, so we can write down all their cards in hand so we don't have to remember it. In a Netrunner tournament, we would have done this with pen and paper, which takes a bit longer. We're admittedly pretty clumsy in notepad. So, 22 cards left, 5 in grip altogether. We are having Obokata decks, so keeping cards in hand does matter to some extent, and at that point, we're on game point. Anything we jam, they have to get. Even if they trash our Gene Splicers, or sorry, our complete images with Stargate, we do have double archive, so they're always a bit at risk, and they're going to keep I've Had Worses in hand. We can't kill them if there's an I've Had Worse in hand, unless we get like incredibly lucky. I guess maybe we could if a slot machine fires, and we know it's on top of their deck. We have to make some pretty crazy calls. Just value DDoS, can't res a slot machine. Just going to see 2 new cards. It's a slot machine, Engram Flush. That's ice. At least we're going to for sure draw ice, which is good. Engram Flush is hard for them to break. It is pretty expensive. I think it's 6 to break. Slot machine is also hard to break, but at least if it fires. This thing is so much better if it fires because it's not net damage. And then we can just say event and pull out, you know, Apocalypses and Wantons and all the wild stuff. Man, our ability is really good against a deck that has specific cards in hand they need to keep. Oh, no, that's not right. I think we'll put this on R&D. We also could draw into an Engram Flush, which I like on R&D a bit better. We can advance this. It's a 3 advancements and a click, so it's even more money. Hopefully we don't have to res too much. They just drew up the last part with Earthrise. Again, I'm assuming there's 2 I've Had Worse in their deck. Their deck is very draw heavy. We were slowing them down in the fact that they can't play it. DDoS, Liberated, okay. So, do we want to go to game point? Hokusai, we can put that on R&D. That'd be huge. We can also score this out. It's an expensive play, but it's an agenda point. Put this in R&D. This could look like Crisium, could look like Hokusai. I think you would assume it's Hokusai, and that's the problem. As soon as they run this, we say event, and we can look in their hand and pull out their Apocalypse. Let alone they have to get through a border control and a Kakugo. We might be really safe against Apocalypse. There is also a chance that we should have just put this onto HQ, just so the Wanton gets a bit worse. But I guess they want to Wanton through a Kakugo. Wow, they played their first I've Had Worse. That's huge. Oh man, our ability has been really good against a deck that wants to keep certain events in hand. Liberated, gain 4, so now we can jam anything into this remote. And as long as we have a complete image as backup, we can just spam it. We only have about 19 hit points left, if you want to call it that. And that's a Breach Dome. Throwing that into archives is so big. Do we just ice up even further? I think we do. We want them to hit this double DDoS. We'll draw once. There, that's the card we wanted. So we'll put that on R&D. We'll credit, and so we can throw out the Breach Dome. So now we have chance of hitting so many of Apocalypses, so many places. Deuces. We gotta keep how many cards they have left. Eventually, we can just like every turn after they steal and gen. There's a rebirth into Omar. Oh fuck me, we were worried about that. Shit. So we have to res the Hokusai just because if they choose R&D, it'll be a problem. Okay, we need to ice this up really badly. At least we put the Hokusai on R&D. No, that doesn't matter. Ugh. We knew that was something to play around. So they ran R&D, use Chronos Pro first. So, ooh, I wonder what we pick. Which Apocalypse? We'll pick that one. So their hand is Apocalypse, Apocalypse. I've had worse, and what was it? Stargate? And I don't know what they accessed. Oh, so now the HQ is, now they can actually Apocalypse us. It just is predicated on the fact that they don't hit this Breach Dome. Shit. I think we have to I've had worse the Hokusai grid back onto R&D. Yeah, we just have to do that. We have to do that a couple times. And we have one unknown card. As long as we have this, they can't Apocalypse us. They only have 14 hit points left. Do we ever put that on archives? No. What do we do? Do we jam Obokata? I think they try and Apocalypse us. If they steal the Obokata, like the I've had worse triggers, which is a problem. Putting this on archives doesn't matter that much. So they can run R&D, they can run archives, they have to run one of these. It's interesting. So I think they don't run R&D. They have to run R&D the old-fashioned way, which is good. But they have 2 Apocalypse in hand, which is the best they can do. Oh man, that's nutty. Do we just install this in a remote and do nothing? Do we just install this in a remote and do nothing? Because they need to hit it and they need to take all the damage. So I think they're going to Apocalypse. We could also do install Advance. Okay, so we don't know what we know what 4 of their cards are. So if they Omar R&D, we res, we do a net damage. Okay, fine. Yeah, I think we just push this. I don't think they can Apocalypse us. We probably don't have enough money to res everything. We just need to be able to res this. Like, they have to go through one of these, and that'll ensure a net damage. The Apocalypse still will likely go off, though, actually, now that I think about it. It depends on the Breach Dome. Ugh, it's going to be like a 1 and 3 on the Breach Dome. We need another Hokusai. We need another Hokusai on HQ. We'd be like totally safe. But there's 2 Apocalypse. At least if one Apocalypse goes off, if they steal the Obokata, they're in a bad spot. Unfortunately, we can like archive memories for ice, but then like they get through it. They have the breakers. This could look like a bluff. But they're on game point. They have to do something this turn, so they could Apocalypse and just hope for it. DDoS firing, so they're going in. They're running it. Oh wow, if they run it, I think that's fine. So we can't res this. We'll res the Kakugo. That's enough money. And if they pass this, we can hit an Apocalypse, and then they can't Apocalypse us. Then if they steal this... Lamau. If they steal this, we can't really kill them with Complete Image, but we can keep recurring Complete Images. So this will get an Apocalypse off. This will wipe their whole hand, though. Oh, wait, do we hit the I've had worse here? Okay, we might actually want to hit the I've had worse here. Stargate, Dirty Laundry. No, we just have to hit the Apocalypse. Because then they just steal this for 4, and then we basically have 3 cards in their hand, and we have no information about them. So at least they're going to have no more Apocalypses, so we can grind them out. And now we can probably just play value Gene Splicers. Alright, so I've had worse fired, Stargate, Dirty Laundry, I've had worse. So it's 3 unknown cards. And they're Omaring. So they're going to trash the Hokusai. They have no more Apocalypses. All 3 are out. So they're going to Omar into HQ. They only have 9 more hit points. Fuck, they got the SSL. 1 and 5. Oh, shit. Punitive is a threat now. We don't have money, and we don't have in our deck. Stargate. Oh, we could lose. At least we have all these archive memories. So we can't res the outermost. And this is an Engram Flush. Oh man, if we like knew every card in their deck, we could maybe complete image them. All the marbles. This is all the marbles. How much is this to break? It's a lot. I think we'll res this one. This one does damage. Oh, if we knew every card in hand, we could play this. But now we're running out of money. Now resing this was a mistake. Oh man. Oh, they could take it. They could definitely take it. They're on game point. We have a window for this. We could just blindly complete image. So they're gonna install Black Orchestra. It's really expensive to get. Oh wait, am I wrong on the math? No, it's 6 to get through this, which, you know, they only have so much money in their deck. I think most of their money's been played out. So we're gonna call event. I think that's fine. If this Sapphires, we can reveal the grip and trash 2 events, which revealing the grip, let alone, is like the biggest thing right now, because then we could kill them in complete image. Pay 6. Do we res a slot machine? No. There's a big... It lets us know their stack, which is useful. So next turn, what do we do? Like, we have to overinstall... We basically have to overinstall this ice. Actually... Yeah, we basically have to overinstall that archive memories back for a Kakugo and put it on our archives. Oh, this is gonna be tough. Do we res this? If we res this, we go down to... No, I don't think we res this. If we could guess what their deck is, we could maybe complete image them. Hokusai's gonna fire. It's NGO Hokusai hedge fund, so we're safe. I imagine they're gonna trash the Hokusai. They could have won right there. We had no way to stopping them. They had an extra click. So hit a dirty laundry. So I think their hand is totally unknown. We could credit play this. And if we can guess one card in their hand, we win. If we can guess one card in their deck. Oh, Breach Dome. Oh, fuck. Oh yeah, SSL money. Do you think I can guess the card in your hand? If we can guess the card in their hand, this will be the best television. Probably. Okay, thinking. All right, let's fucking compute this shit. Gambles, 1, 2. There could be a gamble. 1 and 6. Deuces, they have 3. Fine. MK Ultras, they're probably running 3 of each Baker. It could be an MK Ultra. Less likely to be Black Orchestra because they have 2. Earthrise, they have 3 out. Amped Up, they're running 2. That's wild. I don't think there's a third one likely. Oh, I'm gonna miss cards here. DDoS could be. What a... If it's I've had worse though, that's gonna be an issue. I still think we fire it. What's the guess here? Oh, there's a Black Orchestra on the table. Okay, there's a Black Orchestra on the table. Huh. Could easily be a Stargate. No, there's one Stargate. Is it Gamble? It's Gamble or Stargate. Or Laundry. Just want to make sure there's not like another Gamble or Stargate somewhere. 1, 2. Oh my god. Well, if that fails, we'll do it again next turn, right? Please. Fuck! It's daily cast. This is the point where resing Slot Machine was good. Is that we would have known that the cards on the top of their deck. So we can just keep recurring this. Oh wait, what? Oh dude, this is a fuck up. Wait, this fires, right? Because now we're gonna see their hand. This is a fuck up. Wait, was there an agenda top of the deck? No, there wasn't. Was there? No. Oh, they goofed it. I think they just realized. Does that fire since a replacement? I don't know. I think so. I have no clue. Let's see what JNet does. That's right. I don't actually know if this replacement fires. Because this says, when successful, run on the server, do 1 end damage. And this says, make a run archives if successful, instead treat it as successful. I couldn't tell you. If this fires, it's huge. It's so huge. So it doesn't fire. Fuck. We put that in the wrong place. Okay. There's no way to fix that. Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, that's a problem. Obviously now the slot machine on archives is good. I don't want to draw more. We could archive memories and just keep playing that thing over and over again. I think that might be worth doing. We know there's a sure gamble in there. Eventually they're going to run out of damage points. 17 minutes left if it's your first game. Second. Yeah, I think we're going to do it. Is there anything else that's worth archive memoriesing for? Anything that does net damage, but I guess we could like overinstall Kakugo, get in the remote, but we don't have enough clicks. It's a daily casts. We know there's still a sure gamble somewhere. I think we're going to go for it. I think we are going to go for it. I just want to make sure there isn't a sure gamble in the bin. There isn't. Nice. So it's a Dore paperclip. So we have a 50-50 of winning the game here. How are we feeling? A Dore or paperclip? Not nice. Paperclip's restricted. So it draws heat, right? Fuck! 50-50. Okay. Welp. That was a 50-50 to go undefeated. We missed it. We still have another archive memories. They can't really run R&D. We know the only card in hand is a paperclip. We know there's an I've had worse left in the deck, which doesn't matter much. I think there still is one left. Oh, fuck. We could have had it. 1, 2. Oh, no. All I've had worses are out. So we can definitely math it out and figure out every card. Let's go for the last Hail Mary. Oh, man. There's still a couple agendas in the deck. There's still a fair few. I don't know if we win this. This was a Kakugo. Yeah, maybe. I don't think they know that we're on the second archive memories. We just need to survive one turn. And then we can put it to at least another 50-50. If that fails, they'll have no cards, and then they can't steal Obokata if we draw it, or even, we don't have enough Gene Splashes to win. DDoS. Using it. They're going in. We need to make sure that we have at least 3 credits, because we can do credit archive that. So this is fine. Thinking real hard. Sorry, we got the time. Oh my god. Paperclip draws heat. What am I thinking? It was a 50-50, whatever. Shit, if we put this on HQ, it would be a wildly different game. Actually, not that different. This might be good here, because it's hard. It's its own successful run, so it's hard to close the game, right? Because if they run this, and then they can't steal Obokata. Well, they already couldn't steal Obokata, so it has to be a SSL or to Future Perfect, which means we should actually keep some money. Who won first? Me. Ugh. All right, we got some time. I don't know what we do at this point. I think we're okay. Draw. How many more Wantons are there? Wanton's actually scary. At least we have the border control money. All right, running. Stargate. Camera's the outermost. We'll consider the innermost. This they break for 6. If we res slot machine, we'll know the top card of their deck. I think we lose. We program. We know it's a paperclip, so we're gonna call program. Break for 6. Continue to pass ice. Okay, so if we res this, we'll be on 3, which is enough. We only have to dodge the side game once. So if we res this, we'll know the top card of their stack, which means it'll give us information on how to murder them. And we can still do credit archived, complete image. It's a career fair. So it's I gotta write this down. Prove ? Career fair. Fire unbroken, they lose 3. All right, shouldn't matter. And we'll find out what the unknown is in a second. No further action. Net damage, our choice. Stim hack. It's technically playable. Engram, voter intimidation, border control. We've won the game. We did win the game. So we know it's paperclip, career fair. If they draw, they're dead. Oh, fuck, yes. Yes. Oh, we didn't even need to do that. Archive memories. We have it. Paperclip draws heat. Career. Fair. Draws heat. And then it doesn't Omar. It doesn't let me type Omar. Yeah, man. Yes! Oh, man. Complete image is so exciting. Throwing your games down to 50-50s is a bit nutsy, but nutsy. It's a bit wild, but I think this deck does have a pretty strong enough game plan that I'll stick with that. This deck is annoying. Glad you like it. That's coming from an APOC player. Feels like PU. It's mean. Your 6-point turn was huge. That has such a big swing. I needed that Hokusai on HQ. Yeah, the Hokusai on HQ, I think we fucked it up. We gotta learn the ruling. Breach Dome and Archives might have been good enough. I think it's refined. It might be a decent prison deck. I think so. I think so. I'm not sold about the border controls. I feel like the other lists ran punitive, but this deck doesn't have enough money. That's kind of dodgy, and I kind of understand how that's not good. Other versions of this deck ran like Salem's Hospitality, sometimes even like standard procedure stuff to look at the hand, yellow stuff. But other techie decks, Clean Image is a good finisher. It keeps coming. And I think that it might not be necessary. Also, this deck doesn't even run Neural EMP, stuff like that other prison decks kind of want to run, that kind of grind you down. This doesn't do. It just goes for that big old burst, which I think is really fun. And I don't know if it's necessary. I think specifically Salem's Hospitality is really good against I've Had Worse, but that's largely it. It does let you see their hand though, and doesn't eat your ability, which is pretty good. Jeez, man. That's it for the tournament. We'll see how the standings go. We didn't lose one, which is always a very exciting to me. Had some fun games. Shout outs to Roberto for running this tournament. Also shout outs for everyone showing up on a Tuesday night. We had 14 players, which is really great for an online GNK. So hopefully you're getting involved in some online stuff. There's a lot going on. Oh, Nanako's sleeping behind me. That's nice. And that's it for us. Thanks for watching. We'll be streaming on Thursday.